I won! I won! Good afternoon, peeps. It's the Drunken One. And it's another wild and crazy installment of Tipsy Sprouts. Hey, look, I feel like I've won the battle. It's been a long time coming, and I've been very diligent on keeping up with it. I got my greens back, baby. And, let's look at what we got going, and I will switch around the viewfinder to where I can be looking at what you're looking at, and I'll show you what we got going. Alright, so I've made some changes around here. I was passed 6 bales of old, somewhat rotted hay. You can't really tell because it looks pretty good here. The edges were pretty rotted, and so they weren't really good for like cattle food or horse food because they were a bit rotty. But you can see, you might hear me stepping in puddles out here. I'm watering, and there's a few puddles out here now. I have underground irrigation, and it's working really good. All right, look, things are coming back to life, boys. And notice, if you do see a harlequin bug, hey, put it in the comments and I'll pick them off as soon as I see it. No, I'm just teasing. I did actually see one on that last plant. But, so I've been picking them off, hand-picking those guys. They kind of wiped out the whole scenario. Oh, that's the old John Deere tractor that the neighbor left to take to trash, and I collected it with his permission. Anyway, so they are indeed coming back. They are indeed coming back. I've covered everything else to try to smother the weeds like I do. But look here. We got life again, boys. Those are coming back around. Hey, I won the battle. I sprayed the insecticidal soap on them a bunch, but I think the main thing is just hand pick this little suckers out there, put them in some soapy water, then you're good to go. All right, I'm trying not to waste a bunch of y'all's time today. Okay, here's the wildflower garden. Let me back you out as best I can. Back you out as best I can. I guess it is backed up. Anyway, here's the wildflower garden. You can see they're kicking booty. Look at that. Excuse me, pardon. And so the flowers have popped up. I'm only doing the flowers just to encourage the good bugs. You see some stuff down here? Now my brew guy's gonna tease me about that. I was given a bunch of rice hulls, about 20 pounds, maybe 30 pounds, 30 pounds, okay, 30 pounds maybe, of rice hulls. And so I spread them throughout the garden. Oh man, I was about to get a good picture of a bug. And another one chased it out. So the flowers are coming around. Of course, I'm not trying to grow flowers. I'm only doing this for the bugs. The girls say, "Oh, that's pretty," but I'm not here for the flowers necessarily. I'm trying to grow food, and so these are just to bring the bugs in. These bring the pollinators in. These guys. Anyway, let's move along, and we'll skip over here. Yeah, like I said, I got like 6 bales of hay. See there in the background, there's a bale and 2/3 left. That's what didn't fit on here, or in here. And so I still got that to work with. It's a little moldy on the edges, but hey, that's what we're looking for. It's not good for horse food. But the overall consensus really is there's a bunch of good hay in there, which again, I'm not feeding cattle, I'm just trying to smother weeds. And so I still got some more left, and I've covered it up pretty good. everything looks so deep now. These of course are the asparagus, and so like everything is so deep covered in this stuff, and I've got the irrigation stuff's going underneath it. Just trying to drown out those, not drown out necessarily, but smother out those weeds. So the flowers are all in bloom now, which is good for my pollinators. I'm not sure if it's all catching it. I have gotten a bunch of tomatoes off of the tomato plants, which is really cool. The cilantro I wasn't able to keep up with before it got too warm, and they're going to seed now. and I'll try to get a close-up on the seeds that they're generating. I have pulled some stuff off the pepper plants. My tripod with the... I'm walking back and my hand brushed one of these. See these flowers? They're huge now. They're like over knee high. They're cool. They're cool. Okay, yeah, again, I'm not here to grow flowers. I just did those for the pollinators. It's the first time I ever grew flowers, and I'm kind of impressed that they took off like they have. Anyway, the tripod, the TP, has generated quite a few cucumbers. I've been very impressed with that. I can't get them hardly to climb on there. And I need to maybe staple some rope or something there that's a little more grabbable for the old cucumbers. But anyway, I've been trying to train them up there. They're just not training so well. They're they just don't want to climb, those guys, you know. Anyway, yeah, don't have a huge amount of things happening here in the garden, but I said the flowers kicked up. I've been pulling some cucumbers off of there. I got this little row here. I don't know if the camera's doing it any justice. I planted these guys. These are the green beans. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, what has really flourished here is the hops. The hops have taken right off, and I know the ones who garden probably don't have a lot of interest in the hops. I'm just going to get a quick overview one more time of the ferning asparagus, and hopefully the camera angle is working for you. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so along here is the hops, and I've got the Cascade hops here, and they've done really well to, I'm kind of backlit or whatever with the sunlight. I don't know which way to train them. Hope this camera's doing better than what it's looking like here. These guys here, they're gone crazy. They got little runners going everywhere, and I don't know which way to send them next. One actually popped up on the other side, so that's really cool. I don't have the biggest garden, guy. I really don't. There's only like 2.5 people in our family. Another variety of hops that I'm showing you now. The runners getting along. There's not a lot of. We don't. Anyway, there's just 3 of us here. That's a lame video already. This one here is a Columbus hops, and it's climbing up the vine, and it's about at the 2.5 foot mark, so it's kicking butt. The other ones are taking right off, man. They're shooting at them 2 and 3 and 4. For example, the Challenger. These are the ones that Darren. I always mess it up. Darren sent me from the UK. And they are simply kicking butt, man. They are just everywhere. They're going everywhere, and you see the runners, and I just, there's several varieties here, so I'm trying not to get them mixed up, so I don't know which way to send them next, but I'm just trying to make them climb the fences all. Alright, yeah. I've gotten some peppers out the pepper plants. Yeah, this is a really lame video this time, guys, sorry. Gotten some peppers off the pepper plants. I've gotten cucumbers off of the tripod. Oh, I incorporated a mailbox. It's just got some simple gardening tools in there, some scissors and stuff, you know how it might be. Anyway, and the cucumbers over here are doing pretty good. They're still making the cukes. Alright, gosh, this is lame this time. Sorry, fellas. They're kicking butt with trying to make some more. And there's a little guy there. Ooh. Boy, I get away from the camera for a week, and look what happens, huh? So anyway, the rice hulls, I've used them pretty much all over, and then I figured out, I did it all back-assward, actually. I spread them out kind of all over the garden, and really set them in for the pepper plants. Down there you might see some. I really set them in for the pepper plants, and then after that I researched, well, are they really good for the garden? Well, yes, they are a very good alternative to sponganium, don't quote my word here. Anyway, moss, they retain water, and they're good for they're environmentally friendly in the sense that they would have just gone to waste otherwise. And they're good to hold water. my little squashes, and I'll try to shoot some video or do some pics in here of some things that I've drawn out of the garden. Yeah, so I picked a bunch of stuff. I just I didn't show you all that. I'll try to put in some pics. Things are growing big and they're getting really healthy. I did, like I said, I put the you can see those hulls everywhere, the rice hulls. My brewing buddies are going to say, why did you do that? It was like a horse feed type stuff. Actually, the guy was using it for he was going to make it. He wanted to have his chickens lay eggs in there, and for some reason, the chickens didn't like this whole thing. See the size of that thing anymore, guys? That's that one plant. There's 5 seeds, 5 little seeds that I put in there. 5 little seeds, and look at it. It's way bigger than ever. That thing is every bit of. I call it 6 foot. You can say 2 meters, maybe. That's just one plant over there. There's a reason that they need to be every bit of 4 or 5 foot apart. And then here's the other one. It's big brother. How about that? They are simply going crazy. We pulled several squash off of it. So just the total of what you see there and over here is 11 little seeds that made that happen. And look at them go. And yeah, so we haven't had much of the pest problem, with the exception of just on the collard greens, but the collard greens are coming back and looking more lively, so things are doing better. The onions just aren't becoming like bulk onions, like an onion. So I think I'm gonna just go ahead and pull them up a little at a time and use them as we need them. And just first time I tried those, they were supposed to have been like onions, like a big white onion, and then the second row, of course, was red onions. I thought I planted them all the way through on the second row. Anyways, okay, let me flip you back around. Gosh, this has been a really lame. This has been a really lame Tipsy Sprouts. Oh yeah, okay. Let me take you one more spot, so I don't forget. Let me take you one more spot, and then we'll be done. But look, I've done a lot of work. You see all the. Yeah, let me flip you back around one more time. I have been busy out here, believe it or not. Sorry about the shaky camera work. So there's a bunch of hay all around here. I don't know why I did it. Whoa, why was it so close? Anyway, there's a bunch of hay around here, and that's been that's covering the walkways and the everything, trying to kill back the weeds. If you smother them, then they'll die. The hay is really good because it will encourage more worms and stuff. It'll deteriorate and it'll become part of the garden soil. Au naturel. I think they call it lasagna composting. If I had to guess at it, that's what I remember. Over here, these guys are. So I put my frog pond to use. It should. If you listen real close, you might be able to hear it. There's the pump running to kind of move it around a bit to where it's not stagnant. Slim's holding up my solar panel. These are the radishes. So actually I'm going to do that tomorrow. Is I'm going to go ahead and put the radishes in the garden. This is another bean over there in the center of the screen, and I've got. I had a kind of a what you call it, a lanky a lanky pepper plant. But if you look real close, you can see a pepper on the other side of that sucker. So I need to get it. It was starved of light, and so it grew tall but not strong. And so I'll bury it maybe a little bit deeper and give it some strength. Anyways, guys, all right. Sorry for such a lame Tipsy Sprouts this time. Trying not to make you dizzy. Sorry for such a lame Tipsy Sprouts this time. Thank you so much for coming by. I will catch up with you all later. It's such a beautiful day out here. Look at all the blue sky in the back. I look like a negative on there, just like I usually do. Oh, I can see me now. Anyway, but I have been busy out here. Mowed the lawn and collected all the grass clippings to be able to throw in here. Sorry. Yeah, lots and lots of hay everywhere. Like I said, I still got out of 6 bales, I still have like 1 2/3 of. just covering up the weeds, man. Covering up the weeds is a lot easier than pulling them up, and the more you disturb the soil, the more you introduce weed seeds. So it's just better to cover it and go like that. So that's where we're at. Hope y'all enjoyed the flowers and stuff. I think they're really cool looking. Again, I'm not here to grow flowers, but vegetables and such. Okay, anyway, I guess that's enough. That's 15 minutes worth. That's too long already. Force be with you. Like, comment, subscribe, and by golly, I'll see you later. I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by, and hopefully the next one won't be so lame. Yeah. Let's hope. Cheers. Force be with you. Adios.
Like, comment, and subscribe.